This is Satoshi Abe from the Geospatial Information Authority of Japan, and we will present about modernizing multi-GNSS data pre-processing tools, Ringo and RhinoXComp updates with Rhinox 4.02 format compatibility. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman. And my name is Satoshi Abe from Geospatial Information Authority of Japan, and I am the second author of this presentation. Unfortunately, the first author, Dr. Kawamoto, is unable to be here today, so I will be presenting on his behalf. Thank you. Okay, sorry. My presentation title is Modernizing Multi-Agency Data Preprocessing Tools, focusing on our recent work to update the Ringo and RhinoXComp softwares for compatibility with Rhinox version 4.02. Here's an outline of my presentation. I will start with details of recent update in Rhinox version 4.02. Sorry. Okay. This version is Rhinox version 4.2, includes support for new observation codes and significantly the changes to the data structure. This version contains two major important updates. One is the addition of an extra 5 digits in the time tag representing picoseconds precisions, and the other is addition of navigation message subtypes in navigation files. Also, Linux version 4.2 is not considered a major release. It includes relatively substantial structure changes. In particular, the optional picosecond time tag extension may affect existing software implementations. Therefore, updating software to support this format is essential. Here are the details of the time tag extension. 5 additional digits, like this, are appended to represent picoseconds beyond the standard second format. Importantly, this picosecond field must be treated as text and not as numeric values. In the format is incorrect, for example, not exactly 5 digits or containing invalid characters, it results in a format violation. To address these updates, GSI has updated 2 software packages, Ringo and RhinoXComp. Ringo is used for editing, merging, and quality control of Linux data. RhinoXComp is used for compression and decompression of Linux data. Both tools have been updated to support Linux version 4.02, and updated versions are available on our website. Written in here URL. Okay, next, I will introduce Ringo updates in more detail. Ringo is a Linux pro-processing tool using Go languages. It provides a simple command line interface and supports multiple versions of Linux, version 2, and version 3, and version 4. And it fully supports merge GNSS data and is available free of charge. Here are some examples, commands for merging, quality checking, and viewing data. The execution of Ringo is very simple. You start with main command Ringo like this, followed by the sum command such as merge or QC, and then the input files. That is basically all you needed. By default, the results are written to standard output, so you can redirect them to file if needed. Alternatively, you can specify an output using an option. Ringo provides several useful features, including quality check, clock jump correction, ionospheric correction, a built-in viewer, and conversion to CSV format. We summarize recent updates to Ringo. Ringo now supports Linux version 4.2, including preservation of the picosecond record. The other useful features have been added. Recent update is conducted last week. And for example, the new option is added to the version 0.9.6 and support for high-rate Binax and RTCM data conversion. And in addition, support for system time. For example, the previous version assumed GPS time for observation Linux, but current version is full supported for GPS time and GLONASS time and so on. Okay, next, I will introduce Linux Comp and Compact Linux. Compact Linux is also called as Hatanaka format, is a compression format for Linux data. It significantly reduces file size by storing time difference observation data. As shown here, file size can be reduced to around 30%, or even lower when combined with gzip compression around 10%. So very good compression rate. A new version, Compact Linux 3.1, has been introduced. This version added a new field to preserve the picosecond time tag introduced in Linux 4.02. The format requires exactly 5 digits and only numeric characters, like this. Otherwise, an error will be raised. Linux Comp uses different compact Linux formats depending on the Linux version. For Linux version 4.02, the newly defined compact Linux version 3.1 is used. So here is an important note. Previous versions of Linux Comp cannot handle the picosecond records in Linux version 4.02. If such data is processed using older versions, the picosecond information will be lost. So therefore, updating Linux Comp is strongly recommended for users working with Linux version 4.02. Okay, finally, I will summarize. GSI has updated the Linux pre-processing software packages Ringo and Linux Comp capable of supporting Linux version 4.02 and promotes its broader use. Ringo update includes Linux 4.02 support and other improvements. In particular, users of Linux 4.02 are strongly recommended to update Linux Comp as the newly introduced optional picosecond time tag cannot be handled by all the versions. We encourage you to try the software, and feedback and comments are always welcome. Thank you very much.